Welcome Marwood's Customs. Today is opening day. I've got a lot of cars here on the table and I want to race, put some cars away. Some stuff I'm not going to open, hang it up or whatever, but got some cars here that I just have not had time to get to. Use the old razor blade for work. I have like 4 of these, but they'll all get new blades, so we'll use this one for opening. Do this as gentle as possible so there's no damage to me or anybody else, but we'll kind of open these on camera together. This is the AFX Collector Series car number 1. These are still available for sale everywhere slot cars are sold. It is a GT40. I think this is the Mark IV. Right out of the gate, we see a little bit of matching color variance. A lot of people take that as a flaw. It's actually not. I do own two more of these. Love to run them. And people that come by the shop ask to run cars, and I've got a couple with chipped wings, so we'll just put this one on as a display piece. We'll put that up here with the others. And I know a lot of you love to save the cards for some rainy day, but I am in complete out of space when it comes to my shop and how we're going to be putting a wall and everything up. It's pretty much right like next to where I'm at right now, so this will be a doorway, and then the tracks are going to get moved the other way, and straight across the room is the outlets for the Thor track, and then we'll have the AFX track basically across from it. And I'm hoping where the workbench is here, I can kind of get this area cleared out and put in a about 18 feet dragway. So anyway, let's get back to opening some cars. So I got drawers in these bins that I normally store parts in right now. So we'll kind of get, this is an old Tyco, so a little thicker plastic from back in the day, huh? But, number 8 white Tyco. See, this razor's a little dull at the tip there, but man, I have to keep my hand away because I already have bit it with this stuff before. So anyway, June 1st, gonna be a year, and thought I'd do a nice giveaway, celebrate a year being in the customs world. It's been a heck of a year. Went from building G+ cars, even some shadows, and making them look more kind of real, less toy-like, and more like their race versions. So I think we got enough room to get this guy off the, cut that off the band. I'm cutting you out of the band, bro. This thing is sweet. Let's get rid of the package first. I'll have some garbage to take out later, but I got this at the Cleveland show, and you know, was told, yeah, don't open that, bro, don't open it. But my Thor track, I've got the red one, and I'll buy one more, so that when people are here racing or whatever, we can kind of pair up cars and compete. I was very curious to see if this was a lit car, even though, yeah, I'll get to the why of that on the next car, but I will put a headlight in this, and then whatever third one we end up with, I'll do the same. We'll set that one right there for now. I do have another piece of track here. set cars on, and then I'll get them put away in drawers, and so I can get to my table. Set this over here, and we'll move on to this one. This one says 440 lighted, and it's the red 3. That's the white 8 there. So kind of goes to show you the different variants that they did of these cars, even back then. So we'll get headlights put in into the white one, and then if I can find one that's blue or something. I know there's plenty of these around in the Carrera world, so not Carrera Racing, but Porsche Carrera. So and this is also why I don't save cards. I did watch a video once of how to properly open your card, so if you want to put the car back in it. And I actually bought a car that I was told was new in the package, and when I got it, it was a car that had laps put on it, and they were savvy and put it away. Same thing, we'll cut the band. It's a little loose, so probably won't take much. But there is the red Porsche. So to celebrate a year of my page, I did decide to go ahead and give a car away, and I had a couple of the powder blue GT40s signed by Robert Malta, or Bob as you know him, at Slot Car Central, and was going to give one of those away, and then everyone went crazy for this guy. So again, I haven't figured out how. Our hobby's kind of fickle when it comes to, how do you do a giveaway? You just pick a number, just pick a random person. Everybody's going nuts for these things right now. So we'll figure something out, and I'll give that away in June to celebrate 1 year of my page. I do want to thank you for being a part of that. So let's move on here. There's one that I got from, I completed the original 8 set of the GT40 cars, and this one's got like a chip in the wing. It was bought up, sight unseen through eBay. It's on camera for you to see. Very, very used version of the car. So this car I will tune up, get rid of those janky tires, Tyco tires, fit the fronts. I think that's like a 330 wheel or whatever, but we'll get a set of tires. I've got a complete rear end assembly for this, but we'll call this one a runner because of the chip, and I'll look later for the versions like these that are on the card. I've decided not to open these, so I'll just put these away in the house, and I've collected all 8 and the clear, which I think I got rid of the clear because I just don't see a need. But you go to do a collection, and then you find out, okay, original 8, you think 8 cars, and then they go, oh, well, you don't have the original 8 in its entirety, because you've got the what they call the carded version, which has the little cardboard interior in it. You got to buy the solid glass. Well, now you're into 16 cars, and these are not cheap. I have that one, the all elusive 8 car, and man, I really wish I knew about the hobby, or was in the hobby back around the time that this kind of stuff came out. What did this car cost new? 30, I think it says 31, 31.29 or something. And to think that that car is what they're selling for today, it makes me just not want to open them. And I'm not normally like that. Like I want to run what I have, and I may end up changing my mind and running them. But at this point in time, I don't really want to open them because the only space I have is out here until I get my locker out here and get that where that can be secured or whatever, and then I can get all 8 of them put together too into a display, like a standalone style display. So those I won't open. But speaking of cool cars, man, these cars get such a bad rap. You know, they're ugly. I think I picked this up for like 22 bucks or something. I have a couple of the other ones that I bought used, and these things actually are fun. They're a really good body as far as handling wise. They have really cool wheels on them. I enjoy them. I like running these cars, so I can't beat the price. Go ahead and pick one up. The other, I think the blue, this is the other one I don't have, so I'll get that one in the future as well. And get this guy off the card. Same thing. Get this out of here and pitch the card pitched in the trash. Some of these are kind of a bear to get off there because of that rear diffuser. The way that they put a little notch in the plastic. So we'll go ahead and give this a little slice at the back of the plastic, not the car, because it's so thin. There's only one like rough spot right there at the back. That kind of helps you get your hands on the car. And these things fly, man. I mean, right out of the box. You know, obviously lube and enjoy, but I have a couple too that I have I stripped over the winter with some paint job ideas. I've seen some friends of mine that are painters in the hobby kind of mess around and remove some of this side wing and reshape the back wing on them, and those are cool too. There's a lot you can do with them besides just, but I prefer just to run them. They are great runner cars. So if you're looking for great cars that run good, that aren't going to break the bank, those are probably it. Next up is the, I didn't have any Corvettes, so I picked up red and silver. Same thing, under 30 bucks basically, and in hand. So from a show, and don't have to pay shipping or anything like that. So there are deals out there. You got to get out to these shows. That's basically my best advice. You can buy things from auctions and stuff like that too, but I'm starting to learn that as my collection grows somewhere in the excess of 500, it's like, how many cars do you really need? I did a video about that. Like, it depends, you know. If you're a collector and you want every version of the Mustang, then you're gonna do that. You're gonna collect every version possible. It's the second nice day we've had here in Michigan, so you hear lawnmowers running. I mowed yesterday. Weed whipped, got on the tractor, just went after it. So the Corvettes I'm curious about. I mean, they have like, they come with like a different wheel, which I was kind of curious about to see in person. And I've been told, like, you know, these actually run well on the track. So just like your old Tyco Corvettes and stuff, those things rip. Yeah, they're ugly and they made billions of them, but it's actually a pretty cool looking car in person. So thank you to AFX, and thank you to whoever was selling these, and they were just blowing them out. Like, I think the more you bought, the more you saved, kind of thing. And you know, you leave a show and go, man, I should have bought more of those. Because you get home and, you know, you look around on the interwebs at what's out there for sale, and you realize you could have got it at the show for a quarter of that price. So turn the camera here. I did, this is one of the, from the video I did before, called Sometimes We Buy Two. The blue, I thought I have the red one from the set. I don't have the blue one, so I'm like, oh, I'll just get a blue, you know, Mach 1 or whatever. And I ended up like on 2 different websites or whatever, and kind of an airhead. So I ordered a second one. So I'll kind of keep that one in a package, just for display purposes, because it can hang out here in the garage and I don't have to worry about dust, etc. And it's not a very expensive car, yet again. These ones I did find online, somewhere around 30, 32 bucks or something, but these seem to run okay. I have about 6 of the ugly, like, mustard bodies, and we've been learning how to, I say we, me and another painter, we discuss a lot of tricks of the trade. We've been learning how to strip, paint, you know, tear the cars down, and then use a mask to keep and retain all the detail of the car, front and rear, and it just saves a lot of time. And then we can now change the color. So the mustard ones, there's a red Mustang that was raced in the Trans Am series, and I am running out of room, so I'm gonna move a car or 2 down and get one in here. And like I said, I've got drawers next to me. I'm gonna put a lot of these away here after the video's over and get my track back up. And I think it's important, man. Track time is it. So these next couple ones you guys are gonna love, man. I mean, I collected the GT40s. I've got all the newer ones. Let's see, I don't have the original Ken Miles, and I don't care. I just bought 2. They re-popped them or whatever that decision was made to remake that car. So I went ahead and just bought 2, kept one on the card, and I run the other one. And I run them until I see something that, like, if I don't like, or you've got a bad pinion gear or whatever. This Ken Miles is a great example, and I went ahead and just got a complete rear end assembly from Viper, 250, and I think that's like a 3, maybe a 320 tire, 330 rear. But this car, like, is so balanced now, and because it sits lower, I thought, let me try not changing the traction mags. So we assume we have to change those, and these are a level 30 from AFX. You can go up to a Pro 52. So I kept these level 30s because I like the way the car handles. It kind of slides, goes through the hairpin turns and things like that on the tracks that I like to build, which I'm going to be, again, putting one up here in a minute. Take my track test down. The track test track was for the Pro 10 Viper magnets for the Aurora G Plus. And again, it's May, so I think in the next couple of weeks you'll be seeing those on their website. Those of you that have gotten a hold of me asking me about them, I am not Viper. I don't own Viper. So, like I've told many people in messaging and or on the phone, you got to get a hold of them. You got to show them that there's an interest. Man, what a beautiful car. So I was really happy to get this one, the white with the orange stripe. And I know these to a lot of people are like, you know, unimportant or whatever, but I love them. And these handle great, usually right out of the box. So same thing as the other one. They got this blister pack thing that you kind of gotta gently take down. And then you have this bad boy. So very pretty car. And I did pick up 2 of these, so my work tray for once is relatively empty. So we'll set that guy over here, put this guy on the test block, give it a little magnet test here. So again, if I don't like the way they handle, I've got the rear ends. I kind of keep a lot of stuff from the Viper store in stock in case people send me cars and ask me to hop them up or whatever. A lot of this stuff's not hard to do, but sometimes we're changing wheels and stuff too. So if you have those kinds of jobs and want to send them, just PM me or whatever on my Facebook page, or hit me up through Messenger or whatever. What's next here? Let's go over to, here's a cool one. Some people may cringe, but it's one of my favorite cars, and I have a couple of these. I do not have the red banner. I know, dude, why are you opening that? You're nuts. You're changing its value. I don't care. So if it was on a Super G, I actually probably would leave it in the package. Just not a fan of that chassis. They make a extremely great upgraded version of it, and you all know where to go get that. Just go to viperscaleracing.com. But the regular Super Gs and me are not buddies. Not a fan. More of a Mega G guy when it comes to this stuff. So kind of glad to have been able to find this one still in the package. And I don't think I paid a premium price for this guy, but paid a little more than the $35 that you're gonna pay for these. But Le Mans, I want to say, but it's debatable. And some of these, just so you know, they'll have a twist tie on them, so be careful when you go to pull it off the card. You think you can just pull it off. There is a twist tie on some of these, so we'll get this guy kind of off here. But I'm excited today. It's nice out. I'm not feeling that great myself, but that's part of life. So what better therapy than to come out and run some of these cars, lube them up and get them on the track, put some laps in. I have the Ghost remote from Joey Cantle. If you look on if you're on the Facebook page and you see his name, he's the person who makes the Ghost remotes, and also the Dynamite V6, which I'll be doing more and more videos on that here pretty soon. And then these, I think you gotta pop the body, but yes you do. But look at that, man, brand new Mega G. They sure were pretty. And these are getting harder and harder to find, especially in the 1.5 length. And there is a card in here, so that's pretty cool to see the clear windshield. And I look at it as you know, in the event that I ever go, oh, I want to sell these cars or whatever, I know I've taken care of them. They're as long as they're taken care of in maintenance, you know, you break even, you break even. It's part of the game. But I wanted a car I can run, and we opened it. So there's that one. Get this guy put down here. I got one more of those we can open. Silver Mega G with the dark gray stripe. Seen these on eBay, and someone asking like $90 for one. Another one had, you know, their price or best offer, so I made an offer and kind of messaged them and said, look, you know, like, these things sometimes will pop up pretty often, sometimes they won't. Get a good auctioneer that, or an eBayer that you've bought from before and develop a relationship with. Sometimes they'll work with you. There's also independent sellers in your area, not necessarily in mine, but that will work with you. So there's that guy. It's an extremely pretty car. Same thing, gonna get ran. Gonna be used. So these come with the Mega G Plus 1.7 length chassis, and how you know that length is, you know, you could measure axle to axle using your micrometer. An easy telltale if you're new is the length of these shoes. So I wonder what our Formula N is. Okay, so that's a 1.5, right? Let's match that up. No, that's a 1.7. Okay, hold on. Let's find a 1.5 that we can at least do a demo on and show people the difference. So if you're new to the hobby and want to know, here's a 1.5 and a 1.7, and how you can tell is the length of the shoe, but also, again, a micrometer, yardstick, whatever you want to use, tape measure. And if you were to measure the wheel distance, one is 1.5 inches, one is 1.7. So, or millimeters would be my guess. But for sake of argument, let's grab. Like I said, got a big mess going here today, so trying to get all this stuff kind of cleaned up so I can keep moving down and getting my work area kind of put together, parts bins and all that kind of stuff. It's like I know I had it, I just need to, like, it's probably right in front of my face and I don't see it. So yeah, it's right in front of my face. So let's figure that out together. So 1.5 inches, or is it 1.5 mil? Turn this guy on. Give this a measure. So it is inches, 1.5. That adjusted to about 1.7. So yeah, it's 1.7 from axle pin to axle pin. In millimeters, it would be 43.28 for 1.7. And we were just discussing this too. Like, a lot of times I give people measurements, it's in metric. So 37.49 for the 1.5. So 1.5 inches. Figured some of you would enjoy the opening of cars. So and get some of these put away. Just got a couple more here to do. Get this thrown in the trash. Get these guys kind of set over here for now. Is there room? No, there's not. So we'll get that guy put right here for now. And then we have the Russell Max Tribute. I did have this car and it had the wrong chassis and was pretty beat up or whatever. So decided to get a new one. And if you look on eBay, there's hundreds of these still available. I don't know the production number or how many they made, but it looks like a lot. But it's a really cool car, in my opinion, compared to the others. It did not come with any kind of decal sheet or anything, but I actually find that's what draws me to the car. That's a 1.5 Mega G Plus chassis. And then let's see if we can get this guy out of here. Sometimes you gotta make a razor cut, and obviously now you're in Scaryville because you don't want to damage the car in any way. And then sometimes you can squeeze in the right spot, but man, what a beautiful car. And to be all original, and obviously kind of why I'm doing this video is to kind of capture all that on film. So you've got your axle spacing, which is a little thick. And then that's a gray chassis. And I'm just looking at this, I don't know if this is like baby powder or whatever they put on the tires. It's weird how some cars will have it, some won't. So got that one off there. It's another beautiful car. Gonna give you a shot of what we got going on so far. I'll be taking the garbage out here today at some point. And what else? The silver Corvette. Mega G Plus. Car's pretty cool. I bought it to match my... I like to do things in pairs. So, I don't know. Personal preference, I guess, when they're lined up in a display case or whatever. Have pairs. Collector just like the rest of you. So got the gray. See if this one comes off the back or if we gotta. Now these I was kind of warned about the wing as well. That wing is very fragile on these. If you've had good luck with yours and it's never broke or whatever, you can put that in the comments. But absolutely loved, because it almost looked like a primer gray. Sorry about that. It's not. It's got a little bit of sheen to it, but man, look at those wheels. Those wheels are sick, man. Get those in focus for you to see. But what a cool color combination. And again, man, you can get with, there's a decal maker out there for that they use in the Lexan world. If you want to put numbers on these or whatever, I don't know if they're Pro 5 decals or something 5 decals or whatever. I don't paint a lot of Lexan stuff. We're in Michigan. It's kind of boring. We don't have much racing here at all, which is why I'm doing what I'm doing here. Is, you know, not just to spend my days building the cars and doing the custom work, but also get a couple tracks set up and start the process of getting people involved in racing and into our hobby, because it's up to us guys. When the bigger guys in the hobby got one more, maybe two more, because I don't want to open that one, but I'll show it to you because I already have it open. Yeah, there's a couple here, so put a few here. Actually, I don't want to open. that I've shown you on camera before, but I'll give you a peeky at this one. It's a original X-Traction first run, and it's the Daytona. I'm not a huge fan of these cars. I did buy one from Wild Bill that I will run, and it's almost flawless. It's got a little scratch on that black part of the hood, but I got this one in auction from Jason Alley, I think. Yeah, I got it from Jason. So I just thought it was really cool, like first run, and you could collect all four or whatever. It's got like bubble packaging, and or no, 6, collect all 6. So I've shown you guys this on one of my other videos, so that one we're not going to open. This one I'm not going to open as well. I got that when these first came out. You zoom out a little bit so you can see. It's the competition pack, and if you're after this, and you want one in the box, but you also want a couple to run, Slot Car Central sells these actually relatively cheap. You can get with them, and you can buy the entire set to hang up like I'm gonna do, and I'll get around to that here soon. I just gotta figure out, like, because we are building and adding on here, so where I want to hang this kind of stuff for now. I'm thinking my beer fridge, even though I don't drink beer, we call it the beer fridge. Plenty of room to hang cars on for now, so we'll get this guy hung on. But this is a really nice commemorative set that they came out with. It's part of our history. If you want to know more about it and slot car history, just go to YouTube and just search Aurora slot car history, and I think there's like 5 episodes that you can watch that give you a really good rundown from the excerpts of the book on that. So there were only 4,008 made of these. I didn't know that. Limited edition, 4,008. But I just love it, so it'll get hung up in the shop here. And then this one I think I'm gonna paint. Get this other one put out of the way for a minute. But you can't beat Tyco Corvettes, and I never have ran. I think this is a C4. I've never ran one of these, so we'll go ahead and get that thick Mattel plastic, man. Boy, they really went after it. Is it one cut open? Better, my blade's starting to dull. These blades are great for this. I try to keep one, and got paint on the cap or whatever. It's the one I'll use to open boxes, packages with, in the event that I can't find my razor. But we'll get this guy open without hurting ourselves. But there's nothing in the world, man. It's like Christmas Day when the mail comes or whatever. And this was on the band. It broke away from the band, man. So we'll check this guy out. But I figured that plain white's kind of boring. Maybe do a cool paint job on it, but maybe not. We got a 440X2, brand newsies. So these aren't a bad looking car. They're just dated, you know. I think 2004, 3, somewhere around there. This body style came out. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. And then we have the all elusive because it's just cool. Why not? Kind of car. This is the Dodge Viper, which to me, like, when I see these for sale, compared to some other cars out there, You know, Tyco 440s are a very fast car. They can be made to go even faster. And it's nothing against the Aurora AFX stuff, but this stuff just is pretty amazing. We'll get that guy cut off the band as well. But they're runners, you know, they're cars you can run and enjoy, and I don't want to say not care, but obviously every slot car we want to care about, but this is like got interior detail. Let me go back to zoom in. It's got interior detail, beautiful blue paint job on it, the white stripes, chrome wheels, 440 X2 chassis. Looks like to be just stock. Some plastic hairs on the inside. Hope that wasn't a spider or anything. That'd be weird. But we can pop this guy off, I think. I think I'll leave that. So this is what happens with these guys. Sometimes you're buying a car from the 80s and they stick together and break or whatever, but it was plastic fur I was seeing inside here. Kind of take our razor and clean that up a little bit. But it's little fuzzy furs from the plastic with the melting process. Get that pulled up and out of the way. Get our razor put back. But when you're taking these apart and they're old from the 80s, you can count on the fact that you're probably going to have to change the tires. Sometimes even the wheels. These appear to be okay other than that plastic fuzzy that won't elude me. There we go. But these tires are available still to purchase. Even these larger style wheels, HO Slot Car Tires Direct or HO Tires Direct. Viper has them. I'm not sure who repops. Would be cool to repop these 440 times 2 with the little nubs, the traction nubs that they put on them when they were new. They're just fun to run, you know, from the new point until you kind of wear them down. But as these sit in a package for 35 years or whatever, they tend to get a little hard. The tires melt, that sort of thing. Zoom back out. But what a cool car to, you know, just, these are a part of our automotive history, whether we like to, you know, want to be a part of it or not. But I'm not a big fan of the red. But when I started seeing the GTS in the blue, and the detail on this thing is impeccable. And once again, it's one of those like you can't beat the price on type things. I want to say these two were like 15 bucks each. So it's like, you know, if you're a slot car enthusiast like myself, you're not going to pass on that kind of stuff. So there you have it, man. I mean, it's like, how many is too many? I don't know. I mean, this card here, these two have been kind of out here because I literally have nowhere to put them right now. This Porsche, you've seen the white one with the mag wheels. This one I've got gold mags that I might sit out here and do later today and get that one done so I can move on to this Aurora project that we're doing with Engen's, one of her motors, and the aluminum upper plate, which you can kind of see some of that through there. And I've got a brass crown gear ordered, and that's here. Everything's here for me to get. Basically, like, you have to fit everything, then polish, then refit, break in, tear down, repolish, put it back together so that it does run. I don't like to just build the cars and then not test them. So It's just taking old shoes and when you're done, you put on your polished parts. It's no different than a real car to me, really. So, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get the rest of this picked up. Hopefully, I'll have all my parts and everything kind of put away. Little sanding pads, put those away. Have everything kind of out, be able to do some track videos. Mess with the ghost remotes from Dynamite Products, which is Joey Cannell. You can get lube from Big D, which is Daniel Breyer. I do use that lubricant as well for my cars I run. And I also use the Viper lube, but realistically, like, I was at the hobby shop and they had this guy and I love the needle on it. So it's like more into the sewing machine oil, but it's supposed to be synthetic oil. My guess is it's like 5W30 or something, but we'll try it and try it on some different lap times, that sort of thing. Especially once I get the Thor up, I've got the lap tracks, all that stuff. Everything's ready to go. It's just getting everything out here for spring, and then also kind of keeping it where I can move stuff as we build and move stuff around. So anyway, any questions, comments, put them in the comments. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, share with your grandma, all that great stuff that YouTube asks us to tell you to do. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the flip side here from Marwood's Customs. Have a great day, everybody.